actually.
If you don't know Robyn Schall, trust us, by the end of today, you will be a forever fan. She rose to fame in 2020. Since then, she has been delighting audiences all over the world with her hilarious TikTok videos, stand-up comedy performances. I mean, come on with this cartwheel.
I know this is a big Philly room, so it's going to be hard to root for the Mets in this story. But you have to understand, this was the early 90s, the Mets suck, and... I was a chubby kid. I was one of those chubby kids that looked for strangers with candy, you know? If they had a van, I was like, let me in, I'm starving! Forget the puppy, give me the Snickers.
Oh my God. Let me in, I'm starving, I'm done. Okay. Joining us this morning to keep the laughs going and to try and to share a very exciting announcement.
Hello.
Is the one and only comedic sensation, Robyn Schall.
Hello, everyone.
Robyn Schall, hello.
I am so excited to be here at Pix because I'm from New York.
She's from Strong
New York's
Island.
very own.
She's from Strong Island.
Before school, we watch our cartoons on Pix, and if it was snowing, we would pray that it would say our high school or middle school on the bottom of the screen.
The lower third.
You put it on 11,
Yep,
channel 11.
Yep.
Oh my
So I'm
God.
very excited. Thank you for having me.
And hello, Mets fan already. I love her.
You two share
All right.
bonds.
Yeah. Oh, are you a Mets fan?
I have to be. I work for them.
Oh, okay.
So but I do. Okay, everybody, Uncle Stevie, relax. I love the Mets. You know I love the Mets. Before we get to your exciting announcement, you had to wear leg braces. We're gonna dive right in.
We're going back
right,
to
go
her
into
because
roots.
it figures into who you are, how you evolved. And
There's an origin story for everyone.
Yeah.
So I wore leg braces like Forrest Gump as a kid, which made me develop. Oh,
look at you.
We got it.
Look at my
dug
dance moves. And no one wants me to dance ever since.
Oh, stop it. Look at you. It doesn't matter that you have those braces in your legs. You're balling hard.
It was, you know, it's definitely an interesting childhood, but it made me develop, I think, comedy chops. You know, when you're that, I think that was on Purim.
Oh, good Lord. Oh, good.
Not on Purim. Oh my gosh.
With the clown paint.
I love it.
Yeah. So, yeah, you know, all of that stuff. Sometimes, you know, when you have a childhood that's rough, you know, you learn to be funny, or you learn to be tough. You learn to take things a certain way. And so I look at all of that like a blessing, because it really got me to where I am as an adult.
Wow. And so you eventually got rid of the braces.
Yep.
You were
like
cured.
for enforced fashion.
Yeah. I mean, they didn't break like they did in Forrest Gump.
Oh, you didn't do like a running sequence?
Like Tom Hanks is like broke. I also think Tom Hanks became like a major runner in that. I don't run.
Oh, all right.
I barely walk fast, you know.
Hey, you
or
gotta walk
at
fast
all.
in New York. All right, so we went over that part of your childhood.
Yeah.
What's your earliest memory of being bitten by the comedic bug? Were you always the funny kid? I mean, we saw you with your face painted, dancing around.
I was. I actually could tell you, my brother was in like a school play. Again, I was like 6 or 7. I had my leg braces, and we're walking in the hall, and I'm like limping, and I'm making these weird animal sounds. And my mom's like, "What, Robyn? What's wrong with you?" And I said, "Oh, if everyone's gonna look, I want to put on a show." So even at like that little age, I knew if people were gonna stare, we might as well make them laugh. So yeah, so it was always there.
It was always there.
Yeah.
You used your talents for the forces of good, because some kids, they see all eyes on them. They're ready to, you know, stage a coup.
Yeah,
But
I did that too.
Okay.
You can get into my teenage years.
You're on tour for the Robyn Schall Experience.
Yes, it's like nothing you've ever seen.
You're selling it. These tickets are selling like hotcakes.
We can't get in anymore.
Yeah, you've toured all over the world. Is there anywhere you're still hoping to go?
Well, now that Pix 11's off
I mean,
the list.
it could end here. It could end here.
I could retire
From Caroline's
now.
on Broadway to Pix 11.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been really great. Because I've done a few tours performing for the troops overseas, I've really been all over the world getting to do. Yeah, I mean, everywhere from like Kosovo to South Korea. I mean, everywhere. So
I don't even know where Kosovo is.
Eastern Europe. It's in there, yeah, it's over there. There's the map.
Oh, that away.
That's way.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yes, I've been like really lucky getting to travel so much, and now I'm like going all around the country, and it really has been great. My followers are so supportive.
Oh my God.
If I put I'm going to be somewhere, they like grab a ticket.
Well, I did see. Do you want to wink at them?
Oh, thank you. Which camera should I do?
This is your camera right here, up close and personal.
Yeah.
That's for the followers at home. She has a thing for her followers. She says, I love you guys. I want you to know that I'm here for you. And so when I'm on TV, if I wink, it's me saying,
it's like your Carol Burnett pulling of the ear.
Because
it's a wink.
I feel like everything that's good that's happened to me is because they root me on. If I say I'm going to perform somewhere, they show up. If I say I'm going to be on a certain show, they'll tune in, they'll watch. So it's like the most, how the internet's disgusting?
Yes.
I found all the nice people on this planet, and they follow me. Like, I captured them, so I feel I'm like the one person who likes the internet and social media.
We're gonna have
but
to
that's
chat.
the way to do it.
Yeah.
Good. I'm so glad that she's here. But you really kick things off for your followers with that infamous video back in 2020
Yes.
when you had your list of your goals.
Yeah.
Let's take a look.
Let's roll the tape.
Be more social. I wrote cry less, cry less, cry less. I've cried every single day of this whole pandemic. Spend more time. Not funny, but I wrote spend more time with my grandma and she died.
I mean, if anyone can laugh at tragedy.
I'll never tire that video. I have to say that circulated my group chat and everybody was weak.
If I knew how many people were going to see that video, I would have put on a little makeup.
No. We went real, raw, authentic. That was everybody in the pandemic.
Because that was middle of the pandemic.
Yeah.
I mean, we were quarantined. I was alone. I hadn't
Be more
showered
social.
in weeks, because I lived alone. No one saw me. And then I found this goals list, and I was like a little tipsy, a little mid-breakdown, and I record this, and at the time I only had like 1,000 followers on TikTok. I didn't think much of it, but I thought this was so funny. And just days later, Oprah shared it, Jennifer Garner shared it, and then every group chat had it. So
you were every person.
Yeah,
every single person.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. I think it just really hit a chord.
So relatable
with everyone. So it's funny. I think if I had makeup and my hair down, it wouldn't have done as well.
No.
It's because it was so real.
It's so curated at that point.
We didn't know what was going to happen to the world with ourselves. We were dirty. We didn't care. We were happy to be alive.
I didn't wash my hair for like 6 months.
Well, me neither. Okay, so today's the big day.
Today is the big day.
Tell our viewers what's happening.
So today launches my podcast, Call Waiting with Robyn Schall.
Yes!
I partnered up with Betches. They're like a massive social media network.
Sure.
And is that picture so fun?
Oh, is that like the Britney? It's a play on the Britney cover
Look at how
album.
beautiful and pink that is.
They've been following me, and they said, they also acknowledge that my followers are such a big part of like what I do, because I every night will talk on my Insta stories to everyone, and like I respond. I spend like hours every day trying to respond to people and talk to people, and that's part of my social media is interacting with everyone. So they said, how can we do what you do on social media in podcasts? And I said, what about those old school call-ins?
Yes,
She loves this
I
one.
live for
Loves
this.
the
I live
call-in
for it.
show.
Because now all these podcasts, either you write in or an email, or it's a voicemail.
Right.
Because people don't want to risk talking to someone. But I love talking to people. So it's actual people.
Oh my God.
We'll call.
Yeah, call it. You have to call in next
We
week.
I love it.
Yeah, we have a different topic every week. So today's the first episode. So since my brother, he's behind the camera.
Love your brother.
Hey, brother.
He answers the phone. He has no experience in tech, but we're like, my mom was like, give your brother a job. So I was like,
Let's loop him into this somehow.
We have Tallulah on line one.
Yeah.
Tallulah, what can we...
Not
So
Tallulah.
you call in, you'll know the topic from my social media every week. You call in, and he'll be like, hold on, let me put Robyn on. And then it's an old, I remember when I was a kid, my grandfather used to call into the radio, and I used to love that. So it has that old school feel, but just girlfriends talking on the phone, and it's so fun. So
We are
today's the
definitely-
first episode.
I
are
love
calling.
this. We're
Wait,
gonna
have you
listen.
You have to call.
Have you told everybody what the subject is yet, or you have to stay tuned?
Well, this week's episode is siblings, because I wanted to introduce my brother, so people
Who we
weren't
love.
like, who's that weird guy answering the phone and hanging up on me by accident?
There he is.
there he
It's
is.
my
Wave.
brother.
Hi.
There
Oh
he
my
is.
God.
Big bro.
So first episode is siblings, and next week's episode is pet peeves.
Oh snap! Dirty mirrors.
Yeah.
I hate a dirty mirror.
Piping, hot, takeable. topics.
And then we're gonna do like dating and friend
boy.
drama. So whatever the topic is, you find out
You
from my
call in.
social media, and then
And
you
then you
call in,
call.
and we'll talk.
Ask Robyn.
You got a call.
I can't wait for
And
this.
I'll give you my best advice. Is it always good? No. But you ask your girlfriends anyway for
Right.
advice. Sometimes
I
it's
was
good,
gonna
sometimes
say,
it's bad.
We all have our built-in
Yeah.
team of therapists.
Let's do quick rapid fire.
Uh-oh,
We'll
here
start
we
it
go.
again. We'll start it again. Mets or Yankees?
Mets.
What did you think about Scherzer getting thrown out of yesterday's game?
I've never watched a Mets game.
Okay, fantastic.
I love the honesty right now. Okay, anyway, moving on. What's your zodiac sign?
Libra.
Okay.
But I have no clue what that really means. Oh, I'm balanced.
Marisol will tell you what I mean.
Current celebrity crush?
Oh, interesting. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I don't even know if I have one right now.
George Clooney? I mean, low-hanging fruit.
Oh, you know what? Okay, I'm very attracted to Zac Efron.
Oh,
I mean,
who
who
isn't?
isn't?
But, like,
Please.
I know that's so out of the box. But let me tell you why it's not going to work. Because remember I told you I have very diehard followers?
Yes.
Well, one night I was like, we should all message him. And so, like,
No,
you
you
got
didn't.
like thousands
he
of
did
DMs.
No.
Because everyone was sending me screenshots. And they were like, hey, Zach, my friend Robyn. You know?
my
So you
God.
got thousands of DMs from me and never wrote
So
back.
now you
he's
probably
gonna
have a
call-
restraining order.
Oh, that could be the problem.
Or he's going to call into the show.
Oh my God,
I
can you
hope he does.
imagine?
That would be
Can you
fantastic.
imagine if that's how he contacts?
If you could have a cameo in any film with any celebrity, who would it be?
Okay, so it's on my goals list to meet Tom Hanks, and I think like actually working with him would be. It's the Forrest Gump connection. I
You have to redo that
Yeah,
scene
do you know what?
somehow.
Like the
Yep.
kid, you don't see someone like me on the
Yeah.
screen, and then it came out the same year I had leg braces on, and it was just a magical thing to see him. So
Robyn
I've reached
Schall.
my he's gotten thousands of messages.
It's gotta make it happen. Tom Hanks, Zac
Tom
Efron, if
Hanks,
you guys are
call me.
watching.
Have your people call me. Have your people call my brother.
There we go. Call her brother.
Yeah.
The first episode, Call Waiting, her podcast, available to stream today everywhere that you can listen to podcasts. Robyn Schall, shout to Betcha, shout to Kristen Desens, my girl that works there. We love you.
Guys, thank you so much. I had so much fun.